DEA Chief Chuck Rosenberg under fire after calling medical marijuana a joke. Petitions are even calling on the president to have him fired.
But is it a joke? 80% of states have passed legislation approving forms of medical marijuana. And Chief Health Editor Dr. Nandi here now to weigh in on this.
I think, you know, what the idea is that he taking perspective what he said. He said that what traditionally people think is medical marijuana, which is a guy on the corner, you know, with smoking marijuana and doing it, you know, in a subverted way. I think that that's not what most of us who treat patients who have medical marijuana is. Medical marijuana has various forms, and I think what he's saying is that in the form that most people think, which is smoking it in a corner somewhere subvertedly, I think that's the thing that he says is really under question. I don't think he meant to say that there's no medical basis for it, but you know, after you make a statement like that, there's going to be some controversy.
And I mean, and it really helps people with severe pain, people who are suffering from cancer. We've seen Montel Williams speak out about medical marijuana and how, I mean, he wouldn't be able to survive without it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, listen, I don't make it my first option, I don't make my second option, but if you have a child that's suffering from pain or has cancer and you're a parent and somebody tells you you can't use medical marijuana because, quote unquote, it's illegal, it's a hard pill to swallow. If you have a patient with autism, you know, kids with autism, what do? Again, we're not saying here it's the first option, second option, but there are studies that show that the components of marijuana, which is THC and cannabinoids, have been shown to actually help in those conditions.
Let's see that picture that you painted right off the top. That's what a lot of people think, but I think once you put medical in front of it and you discuss the reasons, as you said, Carolyn, that helps so many people, how could you have another opinion? That's
exactly right. But I think what happens is that people worry that are we just abusing them? I think to be honest, some people do abuse them and say, Doc, you know, I need medical marijuana. There's some patients who come to see me and they say, you know what, before medicine, I want to try marijuana. And I say, what are your symptoms? And you know, they're not really being forthright. Those folks, I think, spoil it for a lot of other people. And you're absolutely right. You hit the nail right on it. So I think what happens is that people think that when you put medical on that, that it takes the whole debate from recreational use and confuse it with medical use. There are certain states that say, listen, you want to use it recreationally? Now we've passed legislation different than what we're talking about, and the DEA chief was alluding to. So I think that we have to make that difference. Is that, you know what, this is medical, this is recreational, and we're talking about the medical uses of it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dr. Nandi.
Anytime.